Hey guys, and welcome back to Battlefront Updates and another episode of Star Wars Battlefront Top 5 Plays, the series where I feature the best, funniest and weirdest clips in the community. If you want to submit a clip yourself, you can do so through the link in the description below, but before we get into today's clips, I just want to remind you guys about my Elgato HC60 giveaway, which is still running and there's only a few days left to enter, and this month we're actually a lot lower on the entries compared to previous months, meaning that you guys have a bigger chance to win if you enter. But I will get back to you with more details at the end of the video. Now let's get straight into the clips. Starting off, we have a clip from BF Trickshots, who gets a very clean double headshot with the scout pistol. Sure, this was probably mostly luck. The two enemy heads are aligned perfectly, and when he fires, one of the shots with the scout pistol hits one guy in the head and the other one hits the other guy in the head, which looks pretty damn satisfying, and especially seeing those headshot bonuses pop up in the score feed. Next up, we have a clip from Suited Manager 14, who gets some nice blind shots on Scarif, maybe inspired by one of the clips I featured a couple of weeks ago. Just as the game starts, he jump packs up and shoots straight through all the trees with his pulse cannon, taking out one of the carriers. But he isn't done yet. A couple of seconds later, he actually gets another blind shot on another carrier, although this time it was very close and he was only a few meters away. But I think it's worth mentioning again that you really need to know what you can shoot through and what you can't shoot through on Scarif, because it seems like everything that is taller than 1 or 2 meters on the map you can actually shoot through in terms of leaves and foliage. Next up, we have a clip from Deceit F, who gets a very nice strafe run with the airspeeder. I was kind of expecting like a 5-man feed in that bunker, because that's usually how it is with this clip, but instead he turns around and gets a couple of more kills, and he also tramples Boba Fett at the same time, who pops up randomly from under him, and I don't think he was aiming for Boba, because he basically just appears right in front of the ship. So well, I think you gotta practice a little bit with that jetpack, Boba. Next up, we have a clip from this blue guy, who seemed to have learned a lot from the Kamikaze pilots, because he somehow managed to kill 2 ATSTs with 1 crash, which I think is quite impressive. I honestly don't really understand how we managed to do that, because the ATSTs are like 10 or 20 meters away from each other, but he still manages to hit the first one so it blows up and go on to crash in the second one, which gives him another kill. I feel like whenever I try to crash my ship into just 1 ATST, they don't even take any damage. So this was probably half luck, half skill, but a very nice clip nevertheless. And lastly, at this week's #1 spot, we have It's My Ghost with a couple of sweet multi-kills. He starts off by getting a 8-man smart rocket, a couple of those kills being with a proximity bomb he hits. And that alone is of course extremely satisfying, but he isn't really done yet. He decides to go down there with his DLT-19X and shoot a couple of more enemies, including this pretty nice 3-man piece. So a very good way to add on to the clip when he already got that 8-man smart rocket kill. But that brings this video to an end. As I mentioned earlier, if you guys want to enter my giveaway together with Elgato Gaming, the link is at the top of the description. I use their capture cards when I record and stream, both from my PC and the PS4 like I did yesterday, so it's extremely useful if you want to record or stream from any platform basically, and it makes my life a lot easier. So thank you very much to them for their continued sponsorship of this series. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.